Hi, Girlinos. This is going to be my updated tour schedule. I'm on tour. Come see me live. May 16th through the 18th, I'm in Portland, Oregon. They're sold out, so you can't come. May 28th to the 24th, I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. May 29th to the 31st, I'm in North Charleston, South Carolina. June 5th, I'm in Hartford, Connecticut. June 11th, Syracuse, New York. June 12th, Albany, New York. June 7th and 8th, messed that up. I'm in Hoboken, New Jersey. June 18th, I'm in Chicago, Illinois. June 20th through 21st, I'm in Denver, Colorado. June 26th to the 28th, I'm in Buffalo, New York. July 25th to the 26th, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. August 29th to the 31st, I'm in Seattle, Washington. And November 14th and 15th, I'm in Richmond, Virginia. Tickets available now on my punch-up link on my bio on my Instagram and TikTok.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast, feeling girly and Shirley. You know all of this is made up, 'cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girls. Welcome to Feelin Girlie, to my tier 1 and tier 2 girls. You guys know I love you guys more than everybody else. Hi, I'm Dylan Carlino, obviously your host. Welcome to Feelin Girlie. Today, I'm sure you're wondering, why are you wearing that hat and have a happy birthday banner? That is because yesterday was my birthday, and Ariel is a girl, which means that she cares about other people's feelings. That is so true. A man would never do that. They'd be like, oh, happy birthday. Ariel was like, we're getting Dylan a hat and we're getting Dylan a banner for the podcast today. Now, am I going to wear this hat the entire time? Absolutely not, because I can feel it on my double chin, and that is making me feel sick to my stomach. Okay? Because I'm still girly. Okay. I have to take it off. I'm sorry. But I really appreciate the gesture, Ariel.
$12 for those hats.
No, was it really $12?
No, I don't. No.
15, but
no. By the way, 12 is my lucky number. So everything kind of all works out. Because I was born on the 12th, obviously. It's kind of like Taylor Swift and 13. But also, so I've had a huge week. I don't know if you guys, how has your week been? I should ask that. I'm trying to work.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing crazy.
Is anything making you feel girly this week?
The crepe myrtles are blooming. And
what is crepe myrtles?
Those trees that like bloom, late spring, early summer. There's like one right out there. They're really pretty.
Oh.
You'll see them everywhere.
I didn't know Ariel was a tree girl. I love trees. Oh, you want to hear something a little fun? My other podcast, Some of This Is Bad, my producer Jimmy, his wife, we were all on tour last year. Well, on tour. We went to one show that nobody came to. But we drove 8 hours to New Orleans and New Orleans. And we were outside talking, and she told me that one time she had a dream that she had a dream that in a past life she was a tree, and she would just sit there and she would watch humans go by, and they'd have all these complex emotions, and she would always be like, I want to be a human, and that's how she became a human. And she was like, I was just a silly little tree, and then I became a human. And I think about that every single time. People think, I look at trees now and I go like, oh, that's just a silly little tree, and there's someone who's going to be a human one day. But that's just what I believe. Wow. And if you believe in Christianity, that's not real. But I believe that trees are people. I really have been going hard on all my stand-up shows. I always make fun of Christians and say that they're not real. I'm in the Midwest, and people get weird about it when you go some people love it, obviously. And if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I'm a Christian, well, I think that's beautiful, and you should believe in whatever you want to believe in. That's why we have religious freedom in this country. But this isn't a political podcast. This is actually Feelin Girlie. You know what's making me feel girly right now is my stevia 0-calorie sugar in my soda I'm drinking today. I order these off. You ever go to Sprouts?
Yeah.
Do they have Sprouts?
I used to work there.
You used to work at Sprouts?
For like 3 months. I did not enjoy it.
Really? Why?
It was kind of a shit show. I don't know. Am I allowed to talk bad about a place that I worked at?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
What? No, they're going to sue us.
Sprouts isn't
listening.
Yeah, Sprouts isn't a government job. What do you?
A red dot appears on the chest. A sniper.
It's like, what do you? You didn't. Did you sign an NDA?
No, I don't think so.
Those aren't even real.
Yeah, those don't even.
Why? What was the problem at Sprouts?
It was. I don't know. I was a cashier. I feel like they're just really their like POS systems were like ancient and like kind of hard to like operate. And
Yeah, of course. I feel like
yeah.
that's grocery store. I feel like in
Yeah.
another life, I was working at a grocery store and I was just like miserable in a small town.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know that I used to work at a gas station.
You did?
I worked at that's one of my favorite jobs. That I worked at a gas station for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I worked at a gas station on the outskirts of my small town, so it was kind of like the cool gas station. The only people that went there was the regulars. So
Mm-hmm.
like you didn't really get to see everybody from the town, which is like when you're from a small town, that like really matters. You don't want to be like downtown seeing everyone that you ever went to high school with. This was just like cool people, and I used to smoke cigarettes all the time because I was there alone at night. I was there from 3 to 11 p.m.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
thinking about this the other day. This must have been 2013, 2014. I'm pretty sure I was being paid $11 an hour. And
I feel like that's good for that time period, right? No.
it was like fine, but then I started thinking, I was like, if I was working 40 hours a week, I was making like not even $500 a week. And I think like my paychecks literally would be like $600 every 2 weeks. I'm like, how did I live?
Yeah.
I think back to that and I go like, how I lived was that I lived with my friend's mom for $150 a month in a like rundown house in Beckett, Massachusetts, where there wasn't even a gas station, where we used to smoke cigarettes inside because her mom was allowed us to do that. Let me tell you something, girls. I used to be 400 pounds in a twin size bed in a bright orange room, smoking cigarettes inside, being like, this is my life. And now look at me, skinny in Austin, Texas. Things change. So if you're in a bad situation, just remember things change. Okay. I have had a crazy week. I wrote some things down. So starting last week, I do feel like I kind of have to give everybody an update on the dog Frankie because we had like an insane. And if you've been following along online, I've been looking to rehome the dog. So basically, in January, I found a dog on the side of the highway and with the lesbians I live with. And when you live with lesbians and they see a dog on the side of the highway, you're not allowed to keep driving. You have to pull over and get the dog. It's crazy.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah. Like, but like, I think most people just keep driving and they go like, well, sending love to the dog. But the lesbians were like, we have to stop and get her. So we stopped and we got her, and then immediately we like fell in love with her, and we were like, she was so malnourished when we found her, and so I was like, well, let's keep her for a couple of days, and we'll like figure out what to do because when we found her, all the shelters were full, and quickly very much fell in love with the dog, and the dog was like living in my room, and then it was kind of like, all right, are we gonna keep her? And then we were like, okay, well, let's keep her for a little bit and see what happens. We ended up having her for like 4 months. We were hoping to keep her forever, but then we were actually not supposed to have animals at the house, and we whatever, and I started going on tour, and it was like she needed a lot of training, and so we were like, we have to rehome her. We can't keep her, obviously, and so we posted her. We tried to put her on like a Austin Pets Alive rescue program, but they were like, hey, you have to post her on the Lost Dogs Facebook before. And we were like, oh, whatever. We like did it as like, fine, we'll do it. And within 30 minutes, somebody commented and was like, does she go by what does she answer to Bonnie? And we were like, bullshit. It's just kids. Actually, weirdly enough, people scam people for dogs constantly on there. Like constantly, they're like, be really wary of scammers. Like people will try to say that that's their dog when it's not. Blah blah blah. And so we're like, bullshit. Because 30 minutes later, how would we? We've had her for 4 months, and within 30 minutes of posting her on this Facebook page, this is somebody's dog. Bullshit. We found her on the side of the highway, malnourished. You know what I mean? So we were like, okay. And so then we started talking to him, and he sent like a really grainy photo, and we were like, maybe that's her, whatever. And then he found a bunch of other photos with her, and we were like, oh, that's 100% like Frankie. And it went from this thing of like the idea of rehoming her was like one thing, and then it was like we found him at like 11 o'clock at night, and then like we're dropping her off noon the next day, and all of a sudden it was like, oh my god, this dog who like when I found this dog, I was like, I had like lost my job because the restaurant I was working at closed in July of last year, and then like I kind of got like really depressed with not having a day job because as a small town poor person, I've always had a day job. And so then I was kind of like figuring out what to do, and I was like kind of super depressed in like December and January, and then I found this dog, and it really completely changed my entire life because I had to like think outside of myself, and like I was sleeping in until like noon every day and staying out super late and like being super unhealthy. But then it was like, you have to wake up early to get the dog out of the crate and bring her outside. And so she really realigned my entire life. And then the idea of like, okay, we're getting rid of this dog, and like immediately, like I guess I thought I would have more time with Frankie, and then the thought that it was like we found him, and then the next day we were dropping her off was like, I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay, and then like the day that morning it was like absolutely devastating. I actually didn't think I was like, I probably won't cry. From like the moment I woke up to the like hours after we dropped her off, I was just like like bawling because we like,
Sorry.
yeah, Josh, please don't make noise when I'm telling my story about my dog I had to get.
That was her.
That's crazy.
She's about to cry.
No, I'm PMSing. I'm on the verge of tears.
Oh,
I know we're about to cry.
no, and it was so sad, and we like went and we like.
She's for real crying.
No, it's like sad though. So I like woke up. I was like, I thought I would have more time with her, and so because we've had her on like, listen, this dog has been living rich. I mean, it's been like treats and toys and food, and so we went to Tomlinson's, which is like a dog store here, and we got like the huge bag of food, and then we got all of her. If you cry, I'm gonna cry. If you guys swear to God, Ariel, I'm gonna start crying if you cry. I'm looking at your eyes tearing up. One thing about me is whenever my girlfriends start to cry, I start to cry.
I'm really emotional.
Yeah,
I'm all
no,
over
and
the
you're
place.
making me emotional. But I did say in episode 1 that this was gonna be an exercise of me being vulnerable, and so we
sorry.
went. No, you're fine. And we went and we got like the biggest thing of food we've been feeding her, and we got her all the raw food, and I got her all of the bones and all of her treats that she liked, and we got to the house, and it was tough because also it's like. This is his dog. It is not my dog. It is his dog. He bought her, and he was very excited to see her. Was it like the type of living situation that we hoped for? No, but it's not. This sounds bad, but it's like, it's not a crime to be poor, and I've been poor and whatever, and she turned my life around, so we gave her back, and we gave him a bunch of outs too. We were like, are you sure you're able to kind of take care of this dog, and we can and he was like, no, I want her. He was like actually a very sweet kid. He's like, I hope one day to like start my own rescue. Basically what ended up happening was him and his girlfriend broke up in like end of December, and so he left the house, and then he called her the next day and was like, hey, I'm gonna come get my stuff and the dog. And she was like, all your shit's gone and the dog's at the pound. And so he's been looking for these dogs for like 4 months. And he's been like, obviously he's 4 months later on the Lost Dogs Facebook app that night. Obviously he's checking it every single night looking for her. And so we had to like drop her off. And then, yeah, as we were leaving, I was just like, like literally. And also though, we got to meet the other dog that she was living with. And at first they were like, really like the other dog was like freaking out like in a negative way, but he was in a crate, and so then once we got them outside they were like playing very sweetly together, and we're like, oh, they clearly know each other, and it was very sad. And then I had to like come back to the empty house of my bedroom and clean out the crate. And well, we gave them everything. We gave them the crate, we gave them place, we gave them, I mean, she went with them with like thousands of dollars of like, here's everything you could ever give her. And then I came back and it was just like my room had just like remnants of the dog, and I was just like bawling, scraping the windows and walls, just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I just cried. But it was actually very cathartic, but it definitely like brought up a bunch of stuff just from like, I don't know. I think it's like when you lose something, it's like everything else you've ever lost in your life comes up. Where I was like, I honestly don't think I've cried like this since like I was 13 and my sister died. Like I genuinely was like bawling my eyes out. I don't think I had realized how attached I had gotten to the dog. But at the same time, it's now been like a week's past, and I am like I went on the road to Iowa this weekend. Thank you to everybody who came out to Des Moines and Cedar Rapids, but there was a level of like relief of like, okay, I don't have to like constantly call home and make sure that she's okay. And so there is also a freedom in it, but it was very sad to give her up. But here we are now. And my life's, I have things to do and I can't take care of a dog, and she's back with her original owner. And I went to a tarot card reader yesterday for my birthday, and at the end of the reading, she was like, do you want to know anything else? And I was like, I want to know about the dog Frankie, because it was an incredible reading. I was like, oh, this girl's legit. And so she pulled cards, and she was like, okay, so Frankie was meant to come into your life to straighten you out and make sure that you got back on the right path. And I was like, that's totally true. And I go, and how's she now? And she was like, she's fine. She was like, she's 100% fine. She goes, her life's a lot slower and looks different than what you gave her, but she's happy and they're happy that she's home. And I was like, okay, great. And that gave me a lot of relief. And I know some of you are thinking, tarot card gave you relief? Yeah, bitch, it did. Okay. Okay, so let's get into a happier stuff, because I do have happier stuff, but I just want to give an update on Frankie if you listen to this. And sorry if anybody got sad. Me and Ariel both started tearing
So
up. Ariel
sorry.
still tearing up. I went to Des Moines, Iowa this weekend, and Cedar Rapids, which never really have to go there again, but I did. It was pretty, but like nothing to do. Also, everyone kept being like, the hottest girls live in Des Moines. And I was like, yeah, you guys are pretty, but like, I mean, it's not like the girls from New York, boots are shaking. You know what I mean? And that's not a reflection of the girls who came to my show, because actually there was so many hot women at the shows. But, you know, it's just funny that they're like, the Des Moines girls.
You know what it is that there's just
so many ugly people there.
It's
that it makes them stand
that's
out.
exactly that's exactly. I'm from there. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. It's I say this all the time. It's like you look back at who you thought was like the popular hot girls, and then you're like, oh, never. Like as an adult, you're like,
they talk about this on Guys We Fucked all the time, because Corinne from Guys We Fucked is always like, who texted me happy birthday, my birthday? Okay. I woke up this morning with a happy birthday text from my literal idol. I was like, some of you bitches could never get your idols to text you. And she always says that, like, you know, they tricked us in high school to think those soccer girls were really pretty. It's the truth. And they just simply were not. No. And if any of them are listening, I apologize. But you guys didn't text me for my birthday, so why do I give a fuck?
Us?
No, not you guys.
Okay.
No. The girls from high school.
Yeah.
But Des Moines was actually great. We had a really fun first show.
Do the boys from high school hold up?
No, they're all like on drugs.
Jacob Lee does.
Who's Jacob Lee?
The guy, he was a grade older than me, but he was hot.
Oh, no.
He's still hot.
Me and my friend Nissa call each other all the time, and we just laugh about the boys that we thought were so hot when we were in high school, who are like nasty looking now.
What was his name?
I'm not gonna say their name because I do have people from high school listening to this, but there are some guys who are like, but like the sad thing is like in my, you know, if you're from the Northeast, you know that, and maybe this happened everywhere, but like heroin just eradicated the hot boys of the Northeast. Like, no, genuine, honest to God, if you're from a small town in the Northeast, you know that all of the hottest guys in their sports team, like all of the guys, I believe at the end of my senior year, were all started doing heroin, and they were like the cool, hot, popular guys. It ruined so many of their lives. And you see them now, and you're just like, you know, they're in and out of treatment, or they've gotten it together, and they've changed. But they're, you know, it's very, very sad. And I wish all of them well, because I like had crushes on all of them, and they probably would have kicked me to death if they knew that. No, they were fine. They all knew. But you know, it's fine. This is such a dark episode already. But I'm like my dog's gone, and everyone I went to high school is addicted to heroin. But no, I went to Des Moines, and I purposely got a hotel that had a steam room and sauna, which, like, by the way, why don't more hotels have steam room and sauna? It was a luxury experience every single day. It actually made the whole trip worth it. I spent so much money on this hotel. It was like, I actually made like no money from the Des Moines shows because I spent money on this hotel, which is fine. But, you know, I do the same thing every single time I get into a hotel. It was like kind of like a gothic hotel too, which is I don't know if you guys do this when you get to a hotel, but I unpack all of my clothes. I kind of get the room really nice. I lay in my bed and I open up Grindr and I go, are there hot boys? And there were. And almost immediately I had a guy over at my hotel room who was like, what?
That's just funny.
Oh yeah, hot as shit. Hot as shit. And you know what? I'll tell you something else. And maybe this is more of some of this bad conversation. Not everyone has face pictures on Grindr, and I like to figure out if they're hot or not. So I message all the guys who don't have face pictures, because some of the ugliest guys you'll ever meet don't have face pictures, and then some of the hottest guys don't have face pictures. And so then this guy didn't have a face picture. I messaged him. He was hot. He ended up coming over. I sucked his dick.
How do you figure out who does that? Do you guys like arm wrestle, or how do you?
No, we talk about all of it on the messages.
Oh, okay.
Like he was like, I'm looking to get my dick sucked, and I was like, yeah, and I'm looking to. I'm looking to provide that service today. Yeah,
my rate.
Yeah, my rate's free for today. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's actually I'll pay you money.
Do they? Is it common? Is it just a one-sided transaction?
He was interesting because he was saying he was bi, and he kind of came in and like right before I even started sucking his dick, he started kissing me, and I thought that the faceless profile hot and just coming to get his dick sucked, they don't normally kiss ya, and I thought, oh, you're really bi. And so whatever. And so, but then he offered, and I was like, "Well, you said you don't really like to do that." He's like, "It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I will." And I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll just suck your dick." Sometimes you're like, it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? I had a time crunch. I was getting picked up on my ride in like 20 minutes, so I was like, we have to get this done. And so that was good. And what? Well, here's the awkward part, and this is why small towns and small cities and it really catches up to you. Is that who did I see 5:30 a.m. on Monday morning when I was leaving Des Moines? Oh, we're in the same security line. Oh, there he is, the adult blonde that I sucked off a couple nights ago at my hotel. And now you look and you know what you do? Here's the respectful cultural thing that when you suck some guy's dick that you met off Grindr that you don't know anymore, you just don't say anything and you try not to look at them. Some of you bitches could never. Some of you bitches could never handle these experiences. Saying hi is like insane.
Not even like a nod?
No.
Not like fist bumping?
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Because you don't.
Great set.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Well, actually, here's kind of the crazy thing is that he goes. I sent him a picture of me, obviously, and it was full body, and I had like a similar outfit to I have on now, and I didn't say where I was from or anything, and I just sent a picture, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely an ATX boy," and I was like, "How does he know that I live in Austin?" And then he was like, "I don't know you or anything," and I was like, "Oh, okay. How did you know?" He goes, "You just look like you live in Austin."
So weird.
He knew
Yeah,
you.
he probably
He
saw
slipped
you.
up.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
And eventually he was like, "I wish I didn't say that."
Yeah.
And he was like, in his defense, I was wearing like, in the picture, like a white t-shirt, had like long hair outside in like mustache. I had the tall socks on and short shorts on. So I was wearing visible tattoos. I was giving like an ATX look.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, it's so embarrassing when you think somebody knows who you are and then you just assume. And then they don't. So you don't want to be like, you know who I am. I'm not gonna. I sound like Reese Witherspoon getting arrested. Like, do you know who I am? This is about to be national news, okay? And this is American soil. I can do and say whatever I want. I go full Reese Witherspoon. Which they just quoted her on Hacks during their arrest video, which I thought was very funny. But yeah, so that was kind of my experience in Des Moines, having a good time. And genuinely, all of the girls and all my tier 1, tier 2 girls that came out to the shows, thank you so much. You guys were absolutely incredible. I want to give a special shout out to Sarah, who I saw at the Austin airport at 6 a.m. while I was going to Des Moines. And I was about to walk into the bathroom, and I just heard a girl behind me go, "Dylan?" And I turned around and she's like, "Oh my God, hi, I'm Sarah." I was like, "Hi, Sarah Catherine, middle name." She was so sweet, and she was going to visit. She was going to Tennessee. I can't remember for what, but she said mentioned her boyfriend, and I go, "Is he hot?" She goes, "Yeah, I'll show you a picture." And then she showed me a picture of her hot boyfriend. I thought, that's what I like. And her sister listen, and I just wanted to give a special shout out to Sarah Catherine. Thank you so much. Des Moines was crazy. But also what was crazy, there's like people are mentally ill there. Like I was in Cedar Rapids, and afterwards the venue owner like walked up and she hadn't seen my show, and I like sat down and all of a sudden she goes, "Are you Dylan?" And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Did you like lose a ton of weight?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, because all the promo of you look so much bigger." And me and Matt kind of looked at each other when he was like, "I just used like recent photos of you." I was like, "Okay." I did lose weight. Thanks for bringing it up. But like also, I thought I looked good in those pictures too. But thank you so much for bringing. I mean, what an insane thing. I watched Practical Magic on the flight, which was like very special. It's my favorite movie.
It's a great movie.
I also, we got home the night before in Des Moines, and I had to like, nothing's worse than when you like get back to the hotel at like 12:30. I haven't eaten in hours. I had to like DoorDash Mexican food. I got a chicken fajita burrito. Guess what? Diarrhea all the next day. I don't even even like to talk like that. I don't even like to talk about that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, shouldn't have got the chicken fajita burritos. Did I also get the queso and chips? Yeah. Did I feel full halfway through eating it and then still finish it? Yeah. Because I have food issues. Okay. And while I did that, I watched my other favorite movie, My Cousin Vinny. Have you guys seen My Cousin Vinny? Oh, it's the greatest movie of all. There are 3 movies that I will never get sick of, and that's Practical Magic, My Cousin Vinny, and fuck. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name right now. I'm pissed at myself.
Who's in it?
Kirsten Dunst.
Elizabethtown?
No, Elizabethtown is so good. That's one of my favorite movies, too. I never get sick of that one either. No, this is a comedy. It's about them in doing pageants. Brittany Murphy's in it.
I don't know.
Little Miss Sunshine?
No. This is like way
Uptown
before that. I
Girls?
can't believe I'm forgetting this. No, they're doing like pageants.
Bring It On.
No,
that's
Bring It
not
On
it,
is so
but-
good. It's crazy because my dad's sister's name is Sarah Rose, and the whole thing is Sarah Rose Cosmetics. And
What the? I can think of.
I know.
I've never seen it. It doesn't sound familiar to me.
I'm gonna no. Here we go. Sorry, can you guys say something?
Check out Good Girl Studios. We have
not
medieval
that.
sketches.
Oh,
Dylan's
God.
in them. Ariel's in them. I'm in them. It's Good Girl Studios on YouTube.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Drop Dead Gorgeous, yeah,
That's the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
I was thinking of. Oh my god! And I'm sure there were girls screaming at this right now. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that I had an incredible birthday. I got a Thai massage. What are we at time wise?
24.
Oh, that's great.
Have you seen A Knight's Tale?
No, stop talking to me. I got a Thai massage the morning of my birthday. You like that, didn't you?
It's so funny.
Have you ever had a Thai massage?
I've never had any kind of massage.
So my roommates were like, for your birthday, you should go get a massage. They actually got me at the bottom of the massage. It was so sweet. And I was going to get a massage and then going to breakfast and then having this tarot card reading. And they had told me to book with this specific person because she gives the best massage. And so when I called, they were like, oh, you're calling for the Thai massage, her specialty. And I was like, I guess so. And so I get there. And you have to like change into these like basically gaucho pants, which the religious girls in gym class would wear because they had to wear skirts, but they were allowed to wear gauchos during gym class. And so I had to wear gaucho pants and then like a silk shirt. And then you walk in and like you're on the ground and they like walk on your body.
Oh.
And so then, yeah, so that was like, an hour of hell. I feel incredible. I felt it's so good. If you ever have the chance, my friends were like, is it relaxing? I was like, not at all. At one point, I was like, she goes, can you sit up, please? And you have to like crisscross your legs. And then she straddles you behind you and she puts your legs over her stomach and her arms over your arms. And she whips you back. And I'm like 6'5", and this is a small Asian woman. I was like, this is insane. If anybody took a picture of this, they'd be like, what's happening here? And then I got to breakfast and my friends were like, what did they do? And I told them, he's like, we didn't get that. We got a regular massage. I was like, okay, great. And then we went to Paperboy for breakfast. Incredible. Yeah, so it was a great birthday experience. I don't think I had anything else to bring up. Oh, other than the fact that during my tarot card reading, and do you guys believe in tarot cards? You don't?
I do. Yeah.
I had an incredible reading, and you know what's so interesting is that she said the same thing that my best reading I ever had said as well, which is she was like, obviously she was like, career is going to be insanely good, and then obviously, and she was like, let's talk about love, and she pulls it out, and she was like, crazy, and I was like, what? She's like, I see no love cards, and I was like, I've heard this before, This isn't the first time they go like no love cards. And she goes, it doesn't mean for life, it just means for right now. And I was like, yeah, for sure. I once time had a psychic who told me that I'm not going to meet the love of my life until I'm basically rich and famous because I have to be like basically working at a certain place to meet this person, and like that person's already there. And so I asked about that, and she was like, oh yeah, you're not going to meet like the love of your life. And she's like, and the reason you don't even have like other things is because like toxic, because I even say sometimes like, oh, I would take a toxic situationship, you know what I mean? Like everyone seems like so easy to meet people. I don't even meet toxic people, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, it's just like I'm always single. And so I was like, she was like, that's because you can't handle it. And I was like, that's so true. I can't handle it. And I was thinking about that. I was like, I want my career to be a certain way. And for me to do that, I cannot be in a relationship. Like I would not be able to handle another person and doing everything that I'm doing right now, which I think is just like, okay. And so she was like, yeah, she's like, you're not going to meet your person until you're like, basically your career is like fully down the road. And like, you're going to have a shit ton of money and then you're going to meet this person. And I was like, great. And she also said, they're going to be really fiery and we're going to have trouble with communication at first. And I go, great. And more good news. Should we move over to emails? I just thought it was interesting to be like, because I'm sure there's some girls being like, oh, I never date or I never find relationships or things like that. And I think that we have to start remembering like that's also okay. Maybe you're not meant to be in a relationship, and being in a relationship shouldn't be your biggest goal in life. You should have other goals in life. Do you have anything to say?
No.
Great. Okay. What, Josh?
What?
She's cute.
Let's move over to emails. All right, this one's called "Fucking My Best Friend's Cousin in Secret." Now, see, I love fucking my best friend's cousin in secret. I mean, what is your friend going to be upset that you fucked her cousin? I mean, that'd be crazy. Hey, Dylan, first off, I wanted to say that I'm absolutely obsessed with Feelin Girlie. Okay, thank you. Anyways, let's get to it. So I've been hooking up with this guy, Noah, for 2 years. I met him like 5 years ago through my best friend, and he's her cousin. We were best friends since middle school, but we've kind of drifted apart in the last year or two. The first time I hung out with him, I didn't tell her. We were really close friends, and at the time, and started to go separate ways. Things continued, and we never been exclusive, but used to see each other at least once a week. I've asked Noah if we should tell my friend about us, and she told him that I feel bad for lying, but he's always said no and said that it needs to stay a secret. The bad thing is I know he's not even a nice person, but the sex is great, so I haven't stopped. Anyways, my friend and I have started to get closer again, and I'm wondering if I should finally come clean or I should never tell her. Their family is super close, and they hang out a lot as cousins, so it makes me feel worse about keeping it from her. I'm worried she's going to find out from somebody else too. My old gay best friend is now close with her. Oh, you've got an old gay best friend that you're not friends with anymore who's close with your ex-bed friend. That gay guy's going to tell her. There's no way. If I was that gay guy, I'd be like, she's fucking your cousin, right? Just let you know, she's sucking Noah's cock. Did you know that? She already knows, sweetheart, and she's getting close to, let's keep reading. I'm worried she's going to find out from somebody else too. My old gay best friend is super close to you. We used to be in a big friend group, but we split, and he was my ride or die. He basically lived through this with me and knows all the details. I'm worried he will tell her or Noah will. Let me know what I should do. I'll tap some pics for reference. Warning, he's kind of ugly. Great. What is wrong? What is wrong with you girls? You're secretly fucking your best friend's cousin. You're in a huge bed for what? An ugly guy? You're fucking her ugly cousin? And you're like, oh no, what if she finds out? Okay. Also, I know I got myself into this situation, but there's no going back. Now slay. Okay, you're super pretty. Farm girl vibes. Okay, wait a minute. He's not ugly. He kind of looks European. Oh, he looks like a douchebag. I love your little outfit in this, and oh my god, you're such a little. You look so sweet. You're so pretty. No, I don't think he's ugly at all. Maybe he's got that kind of like fucked up face a little bit, but maybe not a fucked up face. Like he's cute, but like he has like maybe does he have? Maybe it could be the quality of the phone, or maybe he has like really bad pores. I'm not sure, but I think he looks kind of cute. Let me show you guys. What do you guys think? Don't show that. I think he's cute.
Oh no, I think he's kind of ugly too.
I bet he's got a big old cock.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way he's looking. I go, you got that skinny boy big cock. I love those skinny boys with fucking huge dicks. Okay, sorry, and it's clear, so do you, bitch. Okay. So, one, I just don't understand why we're lying to why it's a big deal that you fucked your friend's cousin. Like that one, it's like so weird. I think in the beginning, what you.
That's how we met.
Oh, I guess he was my friend's cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, would your friend have been pissed that you started fucking her cousin?
No, I don't think she cared at all.
Yeah, like it sounds like your
Yeah.
friend has like kind of weird control issues about who their cousins are allowed to fuck. I mean, maybe she has like a crush on him. Sometimes cousins have crushes. Boy-girl cousins. No, so I guess your advice here is you're right. You can't get out of this situation. I mean, the thing that sucks is it's not the fact that you fucked her cousin. It's the fact that you've been lying to her for a while. And like, I feel like that would bother me if I was like, you've been fucking my cousin for like a year. I don't know how long it's been, but it sounds like you've been fucking him for a long time. And also, why does he want to keep it a secret? I don't know why he wants to keep it a secret too. It's all very strange. I feel like maybe I mean, like, does he have a girlfriend? Is there something, are you doing, what's bad about this? Like, what's the bad part? Because right now, you just sent me, I've been fucking his cousin. Are you cheating with him? Are you cheating on somebody else? Is your friend, I'm not sure. You didn't give us enough information to really understand why this is bad. Is this just small town bullshit lore that you're like, oh, I'm fucking her cousin. Like, this is the drama in my life. I'm not sure. I think you should tell her because she's absolutely going to find out. If you think that she's going to be upset that you fucked him, yeah, tell her. That gay guy probably already did, to be completely honest. There's no way. I actually don't believe if they're really close that he didn't already. I guarantee you that when you say, oh, I fucked your cousin, he's going to be like, yeah, but our gay friend told us. So I think you're already fucked. You might as well just tell her. I mean, and I don't know why he wants it to be a secret. He is kind of cute. I don't think he's ugly, though. Okay, well, please tell your cousin, or, not your cousin. Tell your friend, and then let us know what they have to say, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Do you have anything to say?
No.
No. You don't think it's a big deal?
Not really. I think now it's maybe a big deal just because you kept it a secret. Like,
exactly.
Because now as a friend, she'll be like, well, I thought we were friends. Why didn't you tell me? You know, but it's overall not a big deal.
I agree.
Think.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of tier 1 girls writing in. I love this. Okay. Perfect. Tier 1 Girlino. Oh yeah, I should start saying hi to my Girlinos. That's your guys' fan names. Tier 1 Girlino. Gay or bi ex-husband. Hinge adventures, love bombing, rebound, and current boyfriend pictures. We got a lot here. Okay. Hi, Dylan, Ariel, and Josh. Dylan, I found you on Instagram. I'm almost 31 years old and not on TikTok, so Instagram Reels girly. Love that. And subscribe to the podcast as soon as it launched and immediately knew I needed to become a tier 1 girly. Thank you so much for being tier 1. Join the Patreon.
Patreon.com/feelingirly.
Thank you, Josh. This one's actually a long one, but I did proofread and clean it up, so hopefully it's clear. If possible, for the Patreon and anonymous. Oh, should we read this on the Patreon then? No, sorry. You're going to get tier 2. It is going to be for everybody. Because I'll tell you why I'm going to give it to everybody, because you just said you reread it, you cleaned it up, and hopefully it will be clear. And this is a good example of what an email probably should sound like. And if it's not, you will be ripped apart on here. Okay. I met my ex-husband in college. We were 19. He was my first boyfriend. All was fine, but I also had nothing to compare it to and definitely should have seen some red flags. Him cheating, but not telling me, just acting weird, me dumping him, and red flag, him cheating on me. That's not a red flag, but yeah, I hear you. And then asking for a second chance on Valentine's Day, but I was young and dumb, and he was a boy like me, who liked me, which was new to me. Anyways, he proposed, and we got married, both 26 years old, when I was in grad school. Once I finished, whenever people are going to grad school, I'm like, get over it. Once I finished my doctorate, congratulations, and I also hate when doctorates are like, I'm a doctor. And I'm like, doctors work in hospitals. And got a job where things went downhill pretty quickly. Only a year into the marriage, he had issues with my career drive, not sure what he thought I was getting a PhD for if not to use it. We ended up in couples counseling because he just kept having the same argument over and over. He told me he wasn't satisfied in our relationship, even though I was bending over backwards, doing everything for him to try to make him happy. That's your first mistake. You should never try that hard to make somebody else happy, because happiness only comes from within. Eventually, I told him we need to get a divorce, and he thanked me and told me he was never really happy in our relationship, and I always just assumed it would get better. Not sure why he proposed. I don't know why he proposed. Why do men do that? They're like, well, I hate this relationship. I might as well just ask her to marry me. He took, probably because you were doing everything for him, and he was probably like, well, this is pretty freaking nice. She's getting a doctorate and also making me lunch. He took off his wedding ring the next day. Oh my God, I would love to be a girl who's getting divorced the first time I take off my wedding ring. I think I'd throw mine to the ocean. I would love to look at the rock and be like, it just wasn't meant to be. Okay. Back to you. He took off his wedding ring the next day. He went through the divorce process, and thank God I didn't have kids with him and never have to see him again. I took a year to rediscover myself and my hobbies and things that brought me joy. I was happy again, and my family and friends could see the difference they hadn't seen in me in 8 years. That's such a good thing to recognize, because so many of you girls are literally looking walking around zombies in your bad relationships, being like, I love him. And if you just dumped him and then worked on yourself for a little bit, you would have joy in your life, but none of you are willing to do the hard work. Sorry. sorry. I just get sometimes reading these emails get me a little jaded. This one's good though. Then I started dating apps at 29 years old, and it was wild. I had never really dated, so I went all in. I would be talking to multiple guys, having 3 dates with 3 different guys in the same week. Oh, you crazy girl. One time I sucked off 4 guys in one day. Cut that out. Leave it in. I don't care. I was high on Adderall and lonely. You know what? I did that. Okay, I'll stand by that.
The same location? Or did you have to go to that?
No, this was back in my apartment when I was calling it the Suck Shack. Okay, and I apologize, okay? Who am I apologizing to? You know what? It was a great day. As time went on, that got exhausting, but it was fun for a bit. Then I matched with this love bomber, but I thought he was sweet and told me all the right things, and how my ex treated me like shit, it felt nice to be worshipped. So we got into a situationship. He basically moved into my house, staying with me for most of the week, was living with my mom. I know I'm an idiot, but it lasted a month before I truly suffocated by him and realized he was immature and uneducated. Anyways, he thought he was going to marry me, and I packed all my car and drove to meet him for ice cream to break up with him, and he cried. Also, as soon as he got there, I wanted to talk, so I didn't even get ice cream. Oh, no, you should always get the ice cream before. One of the only guy I've ever broken up with, I did it at the food carts. So, yeah, you should always get the ice cream beforehand. But I guess it's probably awkward if there's a line for ice cream. Because ice cream is so special to so many people. So, I guess you should immediately break up with people. I don't know. I think also that you dated him for a month. You probably could have just called him. It's almost over. Time jumper, a few months, and another handful of Hinge guys. My therapist says I'm efficient, and I met this great guy. He's the most thoughtful man I've ever come across, and our communication is amazing. I'm not afraid to talk to him, bring things up, or ask for anything. I was with my ex-husband. He's also been so supportive of me. I have multiple chronic illnesses. My ex-husband used to throw them in my face and used to... Oh my God. How do you throw a chronic illness? You're always sick. I hate how tired you are right now. I hate your chronic illness. I mean, how do you throw that in your face? Or maybe he didn't believe it. Maybe he was like, that's why I told you not to take the vaccine. Men love to talk about the vaccine. I'm like, you guys are so boring. He's also been so supportive of me. He would throw my chronic illness in my face and use them as a reason to tear me down. But my new boyfriend supports me and helps me. I love your chronic illness. We've been together for 8 months and it's going great. He's moving in later this summer. Pictures of my ex, current boyfriend, and me below. I deleted everything of the love bomber. Only question I really have is thoughts on my ex-husband's sexuality. He said he wasn't satisfied with our sex life during therapy, but I would try to initiate and he would shut me down, so I don't know. Ex-husband and I wedding pic plus 2 recent screenshots of my bestie. Oh. You're such a cutie little... Oh my God, I actually love your wedding dress. He looks autistic he does look gay to me. I will say your ex-husband does to me look like a repressed gay man. I feel like he didn't have a good dick either. I don't know what that is about. I wish I asked you guys multiple times to please let me know what their dicks looked like. Not to send pictures, but right. Do you see this guy having a big dick? No. I shouldn't have said he looked autistic. He looked like my great uncle who's super autistic and awkward. So I thought maybe, but you look, can I tell you something though about your wedding pictures? You don't look happy in your wedding pictures. You kind of look like, this is your face in your wedding picture. I did it. Uh-oh. You would look like you're saying uh-oh with your teeth. Okay. And let's look at your new boyfriend. Oh, your new boyfriend is hot, hot, hot. And you look so much happier in this picture on the beach. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking this. The rest of the pics attached, weird screenshots of my ex's Insta, his current sexuality or pronouns. Wait, what? Please direct all. I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, your new boyfriend's hot. Yeah. I don't know. Why do you think I'm the guy who doesn't want to fuck her? You guys were dating for 8 years, and I'll be honest with you, girls. Men knew. I hate to bring that up, but if you don't have a great connection with somebody, they also sexually knew. So he was probably either cheating on you, jerking off too much, or gay. What would you guys say? How long have you guys been together?
5 years.
Almost 5 years.
Wow. Is that sex still good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think.
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Hell yeah, boys.
Yeah. You said boys, all women listening. Yeah, so I don't know what your husband, you didn't say anything that he did or any suspicions that you had. You gave me almost nothing other than a picture and that you thinking he was gay because he didn't want to have sex with you, which is very female. All girls are like, he didn't get hard for me, so I think he's gay, which is very funny. But yeah, I think, yeah, he's gay. He looks gay to me. He looks gay and repressed. So maybe men have a lot of issues, honey. They don't talk about any of them. It's so scary. That's why they kill you guys. They do. They have so many issues. They repress them all down, and they take it all out on women because they hate women.
What was her biggest concern? Was that
I don't really know. I just know this, that her ex-husband was ugly, and you looked unhappy when you married him, and your new boyfriend is hot. Yeah. So I don't know what your ex-husband's situationship. The situationship, even though I read it, I blacked out during that. I don't remember anything you said about the love bomber. Yeah, but I appreciate you and writing in, and yeah, your new boyfriend's hot, and he has nice teeth. That's all I have to say. Do you guys have anything to say? Mm-mm. What are we at time-wise?
44.
Okay, we'll do one more email and then we're going to move over to the Patreon.
It's patreon.com/feelingirlie. That's
absolutely true. Oh, this one says, don't put me on the Patreon. Okay. We have a tier 2 girly with a demand. Okay, don't put me on the Patreon. I have an idea, bitch. Don't you ever tell me what emails to read and where. Don't ever do that to me, okay? You're lucky I don't eat your ass up like that girl asking for the discount last week. You got me? No, I'm going to do it anyways, okay? Don't put me on the Patreon. Don't tell me what to do. Okay, let's go back. Let's just read the email. Hey, wish granted. Hi, Dylan. So I need some advice. I've been talking to this guy for each month. I know it's not that long, but we've seen each other basically every day. Red flag. So both of us just got out of a relationship in February. Mine was super abusive and his was a really healthy relationship that just grew apart. He's never once talked badly about her, which is a good sign to me. He tells me I'm a breath of fresh air and that every time he's with me, he falls for me more. He also told me that he loved me and that he's borderline in love with me and obsessed with me. He's literally the funniest, most sweetest person I've ever actually met. I met his mother. It was super brief, but I met her and it seems really nice. This is already moving so fast. You're saying that he was just in a super healthy relationship, but now with you is in a super really, really fast. I love you in the first month, meeting his parents. I mean, I understand that it seems great. You might be being love bombed and you just don't know it. You are going off the fact that he said his last relationship was healthy, which if he's like a master manipulator or a love bomber, of course he's going to do that. You do not know who this man is, so calm down. I met his mother. It was super brief, but I met her and she seems really nice. That means nothing. His mom was nice. Great. He'll still hit you and his mom will be nice. Some of the guys, the nicest men in the world, have killed women. Sorry, I'm being so aggressive. I haven't even looked at the pictures yet to see what I think. So what I need advice on, do you think it's too soon to be talking after both of our relationships ended and he's replacing his feelings for her for me? This could be a rebound situation that like you just don't know. Or do you think he's being honest with me? Pictures included. Oh my God. Number one, you are a hottie. I love this. And so, you're so pretty. He seems nice. He seems like he seems like masculine, which is like very hot. I don't like guys who wear glasses, like straight guys who look like this who wear glasses. And he is wearing a shirt that says #storytime, which I don't love, but he is hot and I would hook up with him as well. Do I think that it's too early? I think it's too early to say I love you. I think it's weird that you guys are seeing each other every single day. That's not healthy. That to me is like overbearing and like he's trying to prove something. He also just got out of a long-term relationship a month ago. You got out of an abusive relationship. So listen, like, I'm not going to tell you not to see this guy. Enjoy your time. See how it goes. If you start to notice red flags or he suddenly switches in his demeanor and is actually not as nice or things like that, you just listen. I think it's one of those things where it's like it's love bombing unless it's real. You know what I mean? I think some people like have these types of situations and then it ends up being love of their lives. And some people switch after 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. You know what I mean? So you know yourself better than anybody else. You can trust your gut. Just explore it. I think it's moving too fast, but I'm not you and I'm not him, and you do your own thing. But I would say just stay heightened that things are moving fast. Like when you're driving your car really fast, you got to make sure you're not about to hit anything. So, you know what I mean? Like if you're driving a little bit slower, you can kind of let go of the wheel a little bit, you drive with your knees. When you're going 100 miles an hour, it's 2 hands on the wheel. You know what I mean? Be aware of what's going on around you and be aware of his dynamic or shifts changes and it's a lot. So just be careful. Have fun. You're gorgeous. If he doesn't work out, you'll have no problem finding somebody else. Sorry you were in an abusive relationship before that. I'm glad you're out of it. I want to make sure that this guy doesn't have similar things that he's hiding. But yeah, have fun. He looks hot. Looks like he probably has like a nice dick. All I care about. Once again, no mention of the dick. You girls. Should we do one more? What are we at?
Yeah, we're at 50.
We'll do one more email. Okay, we'll do a small one. No, I would have to go. It's kind of a long one. Not for me. Okay, this one's great. I haven't had sex in over a year. Dear Dylan, call me Andy, please. Not my real name. I've always wished it was. Okay, just go by Andy, sweetheart. I mean, that's crazy. Love you in the pod. I'm a tier 1 girly. My tier 1 girls are really coming out today. Patreon.com. Hoping you can give me some advice on dating. I'll try to make this short because these long emails kill me. They kill you? They kill you, Andy? They're fucking killing me. I'm in my mid-30s, blonde, petite, and looking for someone to fuck. Ugh, so lucky. Sometimes... I'm also looking for somebody to fuck, but not blonde and petite. But I'm younger than you because I'm in my early 30s. Sounds pretty easy, I know, but I'll give you some context. In my teens and early 20s, I had super low self-esteem and pretty much slept with anyone who wanted it. So needless to say, my body count is high, which who cares? I don't care about body count whatsoever. That's nobody's business. And you could be 300. It doesn't matter. But since then, I got married, had 2 kids, got divorced, had a career change and therapy, and I'm now secure in myself and my standards are much higher. I realized that I didn't want a serious relationship, at least not at this point in my life. I'm genuinely too busy and so protective of my peace, not to mention my young kids. The downside of my standards and healthy self-esteem is that I've revised the most straight men are losers, ugly, stupid, or all of the above. No offense, Josh. I love these people.
Did she say that?
Yeah. That's nice.
Wait, what'd she say?
She's saying like...
She said, I've realized that most straight men are loser, ugly, stupid. She's saying bad things about straight men, so she was like saying, sorry, Josh.
Oh, I thought she was lumping me in with those.
No, not at
Oh,
all.
I was like, damn, that fucking... I thought I caught it straight for a second.
Hey, Andy, they're all so sensitive.
I am stupid. I totally misread that.
Don't apologize to Josh. Which brings me to my problem. I haven't had sex in over a year. I'm looking for a soulmate. I'm not looking for a soulmate. I'm just looking for someone attracted to who can dick me down, who I respect enough that I won't hate myself afterwards. I'm extremely time poor. I found the app such a time suck, and the results aren't worth the admin. Most of my friends are married, so not much help there either. It's hard to go out in the evenings when you have children, so I really just want someone to come over to my place once a fortnight and eat me out and then leave. And he realized I'm where to find him. Assorted selfies attached. You're so pretty. This is not going to be an issue. Okay. This is great. Congratulations. It seems like you really figured yourself out and know exactly who you are and what you want. I can also tell you right now with the way that you're talking, one of these guys, you are going to meet a soulmate so quickly because whenever you figure it all out and then you're like, I don't want a soulmate, I just want something fun, that person ends up being like the love of your life. So like get ready and hope you're buckled up. But where do you meet guys to have them eat you out? I think it might be the easiest thing in the world. You don't want to use the apps. You can't go out at night. Are you at a gym? Are you at the gym? I think that's where and then if this is what you want, you have to talk to guys that you think are hot. You have to open it up. I think when we live in the world and men are now, especially with the culture, men will not approach women on the streets. They're not going to approach women at the gym. If you see a guy who you think is hot, you need to open up direct line of communication if you don't want to use the apps or go out at night. So I would say join a hot guy gym. Genuinely, go look at multiple different gyms in your area. And because different gyms have different vibes. And if you are there and you're like, oh my God, there are so many hot guys at this gym, go to classes, or work on talking to hot men in public, guys that you find attractive. You see a guy at the grocery store and you see him looking at the lettuce, walk over and ask him a fucking question. This is great. You know what? Be like, do you know what lettuce is? You know what I mean? Like, you just have to. Men love to explain things to you. So whatever they're doing, just ask them questions about like what you need. You know, go to the hardware store and then ask a blue collar guy like, I don't know how to paint. How do you, you know, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, put yourself in a situation where they can give you information and you can kind of get a vibe and be like, oh, by the way, I'm Andy. You know what I mean? So you have to put yourself out there and you have to be the one to open up directly communication. I would say like, God, you should get like a fucking hot blue collar man to come over and fuck the shit out of you. So you got to go to Home Depot, Home Depot or the gym, right?
Yeah.
Probably, right? Yeah.
What do you guys think? Where she should meet guys?
Yeah, a CrossFit gym she could get dogged out at, probably.
Yeah. I'll also tell you this, sweetheart. If you have a night off with the kids and you're up for it, put on a cute little dress. Go sit down at the nicest hotel bar.
Yeah.
And just sit there and order one cocktail and wait for the guys to come up. They're going to be hot. Their room's going to be upstairs. It's not I know that right now you're looking for something, but just to kind of break the seal.
Yeah.
Go to the hotel bar and just get fucked. Okay? Have fun. That's what's going to be. That's going to be it for Feelin Girlie this episode. If you have any other questions, please, we're going to move over to the Patreon right now. We're going to answer the rest of the emails. You guys have been lovely, but unfortunately, everything else is for my tier 1 girls. We love you guys so much. We'll talk to you next week, and follow everybody on Instagram. And yeah, anything else, Josh?
Patreon.com/feelingirly.
Sign up, bitch. Okay, wait.
We'll do it again.
Okay. Sign up, bitch. Wait, sign up my girlinos.
We'll leave all that in.
I almost said sign up pigs because that's what we say on Some of This Is Bad. Our fans are called the pigs. And then I was like, I would never call you girls pigs. I just wanted to kind of clear that. Well, okay, I'm going to stop talking because we have to go to the Patreon. All right, love you guys. Bye.